As the first light of morning filters through the trees, a grizzly bear slowly emerges from its den, shaking off the last traces of sleep. The bear pauses, stretching its powerful limbs and arching its back, loosening up after a night curled in its shelter. A deep yawn follows, jaws opening wide to reveal a formidable set of teeth, an essential tool for survival. The bear sits for a moment, blinking in the soft light, surveying its surroundings for any signs of movement or scent. It rolls onto its back, stretching its legs skyward, working out the stiffness from a night spent in the den. With a vigorous shake, the bear sends droplets of dew flying from its thick fur, fully waking itself up. The bear stands still, nose lifted, sniffing the crisp morning air for any hint of food or danger. Next, it ambles over to a sturdy tree and rubs its back against the rough bark, scratching an itch and leaving behind its scent. Standing tall on its hind legs, the bear presses its back and shoulders into the trunk, marking its territory for other bears to find. It bites and claws at the bark, leaving both scent and visual marks, a clear message to any other bear passing through. After marking, the bear lowers its head and sniffs the ground, searching for fresh tracks or the scent of potential prey. Its nose twitches constantly, analyzing the complex tapestry of scents that tell the story of the forest's recent visitors. The bear begins to forage, turning over rocks and digging into the soft earth in search of roots, insects, or small mammals. It pauses, ears perked, listening for the faint rustle of movement that might signal breakfast nearby. With its morning routine complete, the bear sets off with steady, purposeful steps, following its nose deeper into the forest. The powerful hump of muscle on its shoulders flexes with each stride, built for digging and moving heavy objects. It stops to dig energetically at a fallen log, searching for grubs and insects hidden beneath the bark. Soon, the bear reaches a stream, stepping into the cool water and scanning for the flash of fish beneath the surface. As the forest comes alive with birdsong, the grizzly continues its search, blending power and patience in every move. The morning has only just begun, and the bear's day of survival and adventure is underway. Look at that! We've made it to the river and it's absolutely chock-a-block with salmon. It's an all-you-can-eat buffet, and Gary's got a front-row seat. He wades into the chilly water, not even flinching. That thick, shaggy fur isn't just for looks. It's a brilliant insulator that keeps him warm in this freezing water. He's got his technique all planned out. Some bears will stand at the top of a waterfall and wait for the fish to jump right into their mouths. Talk about room service. But Gary, he's a pouncer. He's standing perfectly still, his eyes locked on the shimmering water, waiting for the perfect moment. Danger, danger, danger. For that one specific fish anyway. There he goes. In a flash of fur and fury, he plunges his head into the water and comes up with a wriggling, silvery salmon. What a beauty! He's an absolute pro. Did you know a grizzly bear can eat up to 90 pounds of food a day when they're bulking up for winter? That's like eating over 300 cheeseburgers. Right now, salmon is the main course. It's packed with fat and protein, the perfect fuel to build up those winter reserves. Gary carries his prize over to the riverbank, holding it delicately in his mouth. He's not one to eat in the water. He prefers a nice, quiet spot on the shore to enjoy his meal in peace. Now, this is fascinating. Watch how he eats it. He's not just gobbling it all down at once. He's a picky eater, this one. He's using his long, sharp claws, which by the way are not retractable like a cat's, to hold the fish down. Then, he's skinning it with his teeth and eating the most calorie-rich parts first. Media group, grizzly bear using teeth to peel salmon skin. Bear eating salmon skin on riverbank as stock. Distribute equally, the skin, the brain, and the eggs. He's a strategist. He knows that these parts give him the most bang for his buck, energy-wise. He'll leave the less fatty parts, like the flesh and bones, for the birds and smaller scavengers. Nothing goes to waste out here in the wild. It's the circle of life, and it's absolutely brilliant. After polishing off a few more fish, Gary's feeling pretty full. He lets out a big, satisfied huff and shakes the water from his coat, sending a spray flying everywhere like a giant happy dog. The salmon run is a critical time for these bears. It's their best chance to pack on the pounds they need to survive the long, cold winter hibernation. During hibernation, their heart rate can drop to as low as 8 beats per minute. So, every single fatty, delicious fish counts. Gary has had his fill for now, and it's time for the next chapter in his very busy day. What a legend. With a satisfied belly, Gary is ready for some afternoon antics. You might expect a giant like Gary to be all about business, but he's got a playful side that's impossible to ignore. Look at him now. He's found a patch of wildflowers and can't resist pawing at the blossoms, sending petals flying everywhere. And what's he doing? He's rolling on his back, wiggling and scratching, looking as happy as a dog in a field. Pure joy. This kind of play is important. It helps young bears practice their pouncing and leaping, but for Gary, it's just a blast. After a few more rolls, he spots a fallen tree and heads over to investigate. This is where things get really funny. Gary sniffs around the roots, then starts digging and poking his nose into a hollow log, searching for hidden surprises. He tries to flip the log, wrestles with a big branch, and even attempts to balance on the trunk like a circus performer. What a goofball! But this isn't just for laughs. He's sharpening his skills for real-life challenges. Playing with objects helps him practice the dexterity he'll need for foraging, like turning over rocks to find tasty bugs and grubs. Yes, you heard that right. Beetles and ants. They're crunchy, protein-packed snacks for a hungry bear. Suddenly, Gary gets a burst of energy and dashes through the wildflowers, bounding across the open field in big, joyful leaps. For such a massive animal, a grizzly can really move, up to 35 miles per hour. That's faster than most people can even imagine. He's not chasing anything, he's just burning off energy, his fur bouncing as he bounds through the sunlit grass. This is a happy, healthy bear. Play means he feels safe and content, with all his needs met. Gary's got a full stomach and a beautiful home, so he's free to be silly. Now he's found a cool, bubbling stream. Perfect. He wades right in, splashing and rolling in the water, soaking his thick fur. This isn't just for fun, though it sure looks like it. The water cools him down and helps keep his fur clean and free of pesky insects. It's a bear spa day. He looks completely content, lounging in the stream without a care in the world. From rolling in grass to wrestling logs and splashing in streams, Gary's afternoon is a perfect example of why play matters. What a legend. As the sun sinks behind the mountain peaks, a warm golden light spills across the valley. Gary the grizzly ambles slowly through the fading daylight, his movements unhurried after a long, eventful day. His steps are heavy now, each paw pressing softly into the earth as he searches for a quiet place to rest. The energy of the day is leaving his body, replaced by a calm, sleepy mood. Gary pauses and begins to prepare his bed for the night. He's not heading to his winter den, just making a simple, temporary spot to sleep. He finds a sheltered nook beneath thick shrubs and beside a rocky outcrop, a perfect place to feel safe and hidden. With slow, deliberate motions, Gary digs at the earth with his strong front paws, scraping away leaves and dirt to form a shallow, comfortable bowl. He nudges and arranges the ground, making sure his bed is just right, soft, cool, and shaped to fit his massive body. Gary circles his new bed a few times, pressing down the earth and getting comfortable, just as his instincts tell him to do. He sniffs the ground, checking for any hidden dangers or unfamiliar scents, making sure his resting place is safe. Satisfied, Gary lowers himself into the bed with a deep, contented sigh, his body finally at ease. The memories of the day, scratching trees, fishing for salmon, and splashing in the river, fade as he settles in. Now, he's still and quiet, a powerful animal at rest, surrounded by the wild landscape he calls home. Even as he relaxes, Gary remains alert, occasionally lifting his head to survey his surroundings before letting his eyes droop again. A big yawn escapes him, his eyelids growing heavier with each passing moment. He rests his head on his paws, eyes fluttering shut as he finally gives in to sleep. The gentle sounds of the forest, rustling leaves, distant birds, become his lullaby. Even as he dozes, Gary's ears twitch at every sound, his senses never fully asleep. But tonight, the forest is calm. Only the soft rustle of leaves and the occasional call of a night bird fill the air. Gary lies still, his belly full, drifting into a deep, peaceful sleep, dreaming perhaps of more salmon and cool mountain streams. In this quiet moment, he is both gentle and mighty, a true symbol of the wild. Curled up in his earthen bed, Gary sleeps soundly, perfectly at home in the wilderness. Every movement, from his careful digging to his final sigh, is part of the bear's nightly ritual. Today's adventures, stretching, fishing, playing, are behind him now, replaced by the simple comfort of rest. As he sleeps, Gary reminds us of the gentle, playful, and sometimes silly side of these powerful animals. Sleep well, Gary. You've earned your rest after a day full of true bear life.